Um, okay, so I'll do a quick roll call. Looks like we got Bob. We
Here.
got, yeah. We got Jeremy, we got Mobin, we got Stacy. I don't see Nasser.
No,
Does anybody know if Nasser's gonna make it or not gonna make it?
no, haven't talked to him.
Okay, well, we still have, by my count, we still have a quorum, so I say we get going. Hold on a second. Kurt, oh, here's Nasser. Hey, Nasser, we're just about to start without you, man.
Don't do that.
Hey, it's at 7:03, man. We run a tight ship.
Yeah, see that.
All righty. Okay,
Did Kurt
so
make it on?
yeah, Kurt's on.
Oh, okay, there you are.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Jeremy, you muted yourself if you want to stay muted, I assume. So all right, so we're calling the meeting to order. Just letting everybody know that there'll be a brief session after the meeting is adjourned for members to ask questions up to 3 minutes. I've already addressed our first agenda, which was verify board attendees. We do have a quorum of voting members. Stacy, I assume that you've written down the those that are in attendance.
Yep.
Okay. And the next item on the agenda is to everybody. I saw Stacy had sent out the meeting minutes from last month, and I assume that everybody's had an opportunity to see those. And so I would ask, I would make a motion that we approve those. Does anybody have any comments, or does everybody agree to approve them?
There's a couple of minor things I wanted to add to them.
Sure.
On page 2, where it talks about the water leak, I'd like to add where the water leak was located and repaired, which was dock 21-4, actually my dock. And then it talked about the status of the repaired 2021 section. I just wanted to put on there that for more details, that it was the collapse that was repaired. Other than that, it looked really good.
Hey,
Yeah, I thought it was a really great job. Thanks, Stacy.
just one more correction on the executive session, the last line. It says Stacy requested to end the meeting at 9:17 and the meeting was adjourned at 8:45. So the times are probably backwards. So she requested to end the meeting at 8:45 and it actually adjourned at 9:17. It's just they're flip-flop.
Okay, send me an email with it. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
not understanding what you're saying.
Oh,
Hey, Mobin, just to note that you do sound a little muffled, so it was a little bit difficult to understand.
I actually have no idea where this is reading my microphone from, either the camera or the laptop. Far away. This temporary arrangement I'm talking from right now. So
Yeah, you know, my girlfriend, she has a car, and when she gets in it, the phone hooks up on her Bluetooth. And one time I was telling her, well, we need to fix that something or other. And I said, do you know where the screen is for that? And she goes, nope, it's just magic. So, okay. All right. Do we want to try to say that we'll approve those minutes with the corrections that were noted, or do we want to
I move that we accept the minutes with the amendments as noted by Kurt and Mobin.
I would second that. All in favor?
Aye.
I
Okay, motion passed. We've accepted those minutes with the amendments as noted by Mobin and Kurt, and Stacy will okay, on to the president's report. Kurt, although you are attempting to get out of town as fast as possible, you're still the president, so can you give us your president's report?
Sure, 13-1 was repaired. They did a pretty good job. There was a couple little minor details, but I forget the gentleman's name that he actually wanted to pitch in his own money to get some Trex, and it was really nice looking Trex. My mind's blank on what his name is, but it came out looking really nice. They probably needed to put some edge trim on the triangular platform, but other than that, you know, it looks really good. So we're getting finger piers repaired out there slowly, which is nice.
Did you like the results on 13-1?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so in general, do you like that new contractor? Or you think I know that you had you had to bring him up to speed a lot, and so I don't know, is he worth keeping in the loop for new projects or what?
I would say with a little more coaching, yes. His guys, if he uses the same guys, they'll know what to do next time. There's some things that we need to make sure they do, which is to try and find longer beams to go to that second piling, to use bolts.
Okay.
In general, they did an okay job. It's probably the most hand holding I've had to do with a contractor. Oppo himself seemed to be more of an interpreter, not so, you know, not so much a supervisor, but I had to answer his questions several times. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say they're about a 6 or 7.
Okay. Yeah,
But-
I probably I had the same experience, you know, that I used him to do a lot of work on my boat on the interior for the carpeting and all that stuff. And what I seemed to gather after having hired him, uh, a well-connected small-time GC. You know, he knows a lot of the trades and brings in a bunch of guys that he knows, and he just basically gets these guys to work. But he is one thing I found is that he is very, very attentive, and he does try to do a quality job. So I would probably have the same assessment as you, except at least for my boat, I would have knocked him up at 1 point, 7 to 8, but so as far as I'm concerned, I'd say he's worth keeping in the loop and just giving opportunities to bid on work,
I agree.
Okay. All right. Anything else on the president's report, Kurt?
It's been very nice and quiet out there.
Opportunity to work on your boat, huh?
Yes, it's been nice.
Good for you. Well, keep it, get it in good, safe shape for your trip.
It is.
Yeah. Let me know if you need any of those things. I've got a handheld radio and I've got an EPIRB that you can borrow, either one. So
Sounds good.
don't want you to get caught off guard out there. So,
Sounds like
yeah. So how about the treasurer's report, Bob?
Okay, in our savings account, we have these numbers are both as of today, $42,682.69. In our checking account, we have $10,266.93. The bank in our checking account has committed some type of error that we're in the process of running down, and it kind of relates to this contractor that you were just talking about. So we have brought it to their attention, and we need to discuss it some more with them. But we're hoping it's going to be resolved. So if it's resolved in our favor, we'd actually have $12,400. The transition to the new bookkeeper is going pretty well. And I think he's trying hard to do a good job, and so far he seems to be on top of it with some direction being provided.
Well, I think that's gonna be true with anybody that's new, just like with the contractor, so,
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
he has to learn the way we're doing things, but I think he's done a pretty good job.
Awesome, awesome. Did you see that he had, that we had some comments on the account summary that he had recently provided? Did you see that?
I saw that, yes.
Okay, I didn't see, I didn't have enough time to dig down into what the details were, but, looks like, they were gonna use a different summary, because,
Right, yes. I saw that. I'm gonna try to figure out what they want, how they wanted it presented rather than the way it was presented, but I didn't get to that today.
okay, all right, maybe we can talk more about that in the executive session, so.
Sure. Yep.
All righty. Okay, well, moving on to, and so one thing you guys will note is that when I did the agenda this month, I talked with Bob and Kurt, and we moved a lot of the we moved several of the things from unfinished business. We deleted them, and others we moved to the executive session, which the board got a copy of the agenda for the executive session. So, so we'll just go right into the first one, which is parking in the condo spots. What do we have for an update for that?
Update that I have is that the condos have not and are not at this point ready to agree, but, and Donato can correct me if I misstate this, but they're still considering the issue.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, we brought it up at last meeting. Like we said we would. They had some negative feelings about it because everything's nice and quiet right now and they kind of like that, but there was a discussion about it and especially about the handicap spots. So they were open to revisit it again. And we're having our end of the year meeting on December 1st. So we will revisit that again and that will be brought up. That's actually one of the things on the agenda to be brought up and talked about. So
Yeah, so Donato, when you go to them and approach them, note is that, you know, we went through a pretty rough patch there where we had some pretty difficult you know, characters around the marina, but for the most part, through the gate that's now been implemented, and some of those characters decided to move on, you know, I don't think that we have nearly as many along those lines that as we used to, and I don't think that you would have nearly as many problems as you did in the past. That's just my thoughts on it, you know.
and I don't disagree with that. And I have actually brought that up.
Yeah,
So like I said, they weren't very positive about it, but they were open-minded to discuss it further. And I did kind of bring that up, and I brought up the fact that, you know, we're neighbors, you know, we have to live together and so so I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's right now we're still discussing it. Let's put it that way.
and you know, and you had to bear with us. I mean, we tried to be good neighbors, but we had some troublemakers that we had to deal with, and now that we have, you know, just give that some thought. So
Sure, and you're preaching to the choir on that, so
yeah, okay, good,
so you understand my point of view.
sure, okay, and you know, and we wouldn't be asking except that, you know, the live board guys really don't like that walk. You know, all the way from out at where they're parking now down that
Yep.
long boardwalk. So it'd be
To
more.
be honest with you, most of the liveaboard guys walk through the parking lot anyways. Just, you
Yeah,
know,
but I'm talking about parking. You know?
right, right.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hey,
okay, well, hey,
Donato. Ask Donato a quick question, John.
sure, please.
Yeah, if you've got people on the liveaboard side walking through your parking lot, can you give us the names?
I could, I will.
Thanks.
I'll do that privately though.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
So, hey, Kurt, if you approach those people, this is just something I've found from dealing with people in my apartment complexes, is that I never use any specifics because it just causes difficulty. I just say that I've had several people mention it to me, something like that, you know. So you spread out the, you know, um, so that they're not focused on, you know, well, it's that Donato guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's discuss it in an executive session.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Um, okay, Doc 2021 status update.
Yeah, that's same as we said before. That was the correction on the minutes. I wanted to get more detail on it, but it was reinforced and repaired. It's been, I think, a month and a half ago now, so it's in a lot better shape. It's in good shape, basically.
Awesome. And the deck board replacement, I assume that you're talking about the along the boardwalk there where we had multiple boards replaced.
Yeah, so Hoppo replaced 10 of the boards that were really bad. I do see one that's gonna be needing replacement soon, but we have a few spare boards if needed. The boardwalk is in a lot better shape. We had at least 4 or 5 of them that were so rotted that someone could have got hurt, so it was great to get that done. So that was completed.
Yeah, so if you recall, that was on the list from the when we had somebody complain about the structures out there. And that was on their list of things that I had addressed with them and that we would be, you know, repairing in due course. And so I am going to circle back around with them and let them know that that has been repaired and that they can come out and take a look at it. And recall they were perfectly fine with everything out there as long as we were making slow and steady progress. They just want to make sure that we were, you know, ultimately going to be addressing them. So I'll let them know. I'll circle back around with them on that. So uncollected assessments. We have anyone who wants, Bob, do you want to speak to that? I know you've been doing some work on that.
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress on collected assessments, and we've reduced the volume of the past due accounts. However, I don't have an update right now because of the change in bookkeepers. So new bookkeeper had to with the electronic data that was transferred to him was not up to date, so he had to go back in and manually enter it. In fact, he was doing more of that today from the bank statements that I provided to him. So he wasn't ready to give me all of the financial reports and the past due account information for this meeting, but we will have it for the next meeting. And I'm sure I'll get it even before the next meeting and I'll disseminate it to the board members.
Okay, cool.
But we've come a long way. I mean, it's been substantially reduced.
So is he physically located in Galveston?
He works in Galveston, but he resides closer than that.
Okay, all right. And we're all squared away with his ability to, you know, generate you know, payments for all of our.
It's all good.
Okay, All right, good.
Yeah, we're making progress, but it just takes a little bit of time.
Okay. All right. And I guess we can talk more about that in executive session, but I assume that you used what I sent to you along with what Kurt sent to you, so.
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. Fire marshal compliance, and I think that probably also references back to item number 1 on the president's report. But Kurt, did you have something you want to say about that?
Well, Mobin has taken lead on this,
Oh, okay,
and he responded to the fire department, so it'd be best to let him give us an update.
sure.
Thank you so much. So, first of all, we are caught up with our response. I drafted a response individually addressing each and every item that was asked for in the letter. And it was not only emailed to the fire marshal, but I also put a copy in the mail as they had requested. So the time that we requested from them as reaction is immediately by end of this month or early December, first week maybe, to address the labels on the fireboxes and labeling of the electrical boxes. I explained to them in the letter that a contractor has been hired and parts have been ordered to fix the electrical issue. And the repair on the firebox, I don't actually have an update on item number H, which is about to come. But if I wanted to ask permission, if I can find of the label that go in my label maker, I can actually take care of both of these items within the next week or so. If I am provided, or I can send the link to Bob or whoever, and if you guys can order it on Amazon, or if I can order it and be reimbursed, either way is fine.
Yeah, steroids fix. We're gonna have like a.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I think that's Jeremy's microphone.
Okay. So what I'm asking for is permission to order the labels, because they're 13 by 8.5 inch labels that go on each of the fireboxes. They are available on Amazon, and I can even have them custom made quickly. They're very inexpensive, and also the label makers' labels would be very inexpensive. As long as we show them an effort that we are doing something, I wanna at least cover all of the fireboxes and label many of the electrical boxes, take pictures and send them to fire marshal in an update before they ask for it. So we will be proactively taking care of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like an awesome idea. I mean, especially if they're inexpensive. I've always found I've gotten myself into trouble with that before. Mobin, I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, but I do know that the fire marshals always like to have the disconnects and the for any of the electrical systems very clearly labeled, so that when they come out there, if there's a fire or something involving an electrical system, that they can very quickly go to wherever they have to shut it off, and they can tell what they need to shut off right away. So I know that I've had to deal with that before.
I completely understand. And I recently did a labeling project for Fort Bend County Fire Marshal at my place of business. So I'm aware of their labeling requirements. So
Great.
I'm just offering my help. If board approves of it, let me order some of. I have a little brother label maker that they approve the font size on. So I can just print those labels, label all the electrical outlets. All they have to do is say which which pier they go to. And so in a pier, when we have these electrical boxes, they want to know when they open it up as to which fuse goes to which. Kurt, help me out here. What I'm trying to say, where the boards are parked. Slip. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it just needs to say slip 13, slip 15, slip 14, blah, blah, blah. And on the very top, they want to know if it's on the left or right.
Yeah.
So even though
Perfect.
they are numbered and numbers are obvious, they just want the firemen, when they come on site, they're kind of in a hurry. So any help they appreciate.
Yeah.
So I
And that's it.
can do that.
That's
And so
perfect.
every single pier, every single electrical box, you have to label the box saying, even though it is on pier 12, you have to say pier 12 electrical box, right?
Yep.
And then it helps if you say this is the only box on this pier. And then inside, when you open it, you have to mark them clearly, pier 1 through 13 on the left, odd numbers are on the left, even are on the right, stuff like that.
Yeah, they just, I mean, it's perfectly reasonable. They just want to get everything. They want to, if they're getting out there and they're going to be, you know, dealing with all that, they want to know that it's de-energized. So, yeah.
Okay, so I move that we authorize Mobin to purchase the materials he needs to accomplish this task.
I second
I
that.
second it.
All in favor?
I,
Agree.
Aye. Motion approved.
Mobin, just forward me the receipt for whatever you purchase, and I'll get it to the bookkeeper for payment after I circulate it to the other board members for approval.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, so as we look forward on our agenda, we've already dealt with G. We've already dealt with H and I, so really the only thing we have left on our agenda that I see is F. And I know that Kurt was dealing with that.
Let me pull it up. It off to me.
Well, F is towing company contract delays in performance.
Yeah, I just texted him, Sean is his name. I basically texted him to say, what's the holdup? And I'm still waiting to hear back from him. You know, I want to go back and look at that contract because I'm personally not happy with how long it's taking to get this going. I mean, it should have been done 3 weeks ago.
So he kind of came in gangbangers and now it seems like he's letting us down. I mean, we still want this guy or what?
Yeah, I'm not all thrilled about it right now. And I was gonna ask Stacy how it's going in the townhomes. It's, you know, it's all the bugs been worked out, Stacy. I mean, are you guys
They're
happy
not,
with,
they're not even using him yet.
you're not even using them yet?
No, that's what Sal told me, that they weren't gonna start enforcing until after the first of the year. So they're not really doing anything with them.
So you remember the guy that I introduced us to? We didn't like him.
Yeah, I think we were happy with them and we can still use them currently.
Yeah.
We were sold that this app was gonna make things better for everybody once they had everything configured. That they were gonna paint and stripe all the parking spots, but nothing's happened, so. That's where we're at.
Okay, well, I guess you're the guy dealing with him. You want to give him a little bit longer, or how you want to deal with it?
I did text them. I say I'm gonna give them about 3 more days and then we gotta look at that contract and see if we can get out of this, cause I mean, he needs to either do it or not.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I guess we can handle that offline from the meeting. We'll get to it. Okay. All right, unless anybody has any more comments, I'm gonna move on from unfinished business onto new business. Anybody have any comments they want to make before we move on? All right, moving on to the next agenda item, new I'm sorry, Nancy, you say something?
Nope.
Okay. I'm moving on to new business, and the first item is meter reading process. And I thought I'm gonna unmute Jeremy for that one. I thought he was involved in that.
Hey, hello?
You there, you there, Jeremy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So what's going on with the meter reading process?
Oh, I thought that you were involved in meter reading. No?
Yeah, I go out and read the meters and put everything into Excel sheet and send it off.
Okay, all right. We had under new business, somebody had asked to put meter reading process. I guess if there's nothing to discuss about it, we'll move on.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to discuss. Jeremy's gonna forward the his readings to myself and then we're gonna do the computations on what the electrical charges would be, and then the bookkeeper's gonna get it.
Okay.
So that's, it's a little different process because they were just going to Candace before. But now we're gonna do those calculations, and that's one of the ways we're gonna save money.
So I have a question. I think don't we pay like 16 cents a kilowatt hour or something like that to the electrical
Correct.
company? Yeah, is you know, do we have the opportunity to shop that rate?
I think
Yeah, I think it's been looked at in the past. And my understanding, Jimmy kind of knew the history on this, is I understood we're kind of stuck with who we're using. We'd have to do some more research, I guess, to revisit it, but that was the last thing I heard was it had been researched and whatever reason, they kind of have a monopoly on our area, but we probably need to revisit it.
I think we're also under an existing contract.
All right, okay, all right. Because I do know that I've been, when I was dealing with large amounts of power usage in industrial locations, that you get approached by what they call themselves power brokers. And they basically analyze your, on a commercial basis, they analyze your power usage, and then they go out and shop it around, and they get you and I would assume that we would be a large power user in aggregate, so but if we're locked in, if you get a chance, Bob, if you find that out, I'll reach out to a few of them. They do all the legwork. You just basically, and then of course they take a slight commission. I think they actually get paid by the power company though, so you don't even see the cost, and they just give you a reduction. Because I
Yeah,
know, yeah,
I looked at the contract issue a while back. Let me look at it again, and then we can talk about it.
sure. Just be nice if we could pass along savings to our owners.
Absolutely, yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. And the last thing on new business, I think that this was brought up last month when we talked about the new bookkeeper transition, and we talked about insurance checks on owners. I thought that we had gone through a round of this maybe about a year ago or so, and we mostly had compliance from everybody. What do we want to talk about with that?
Well, it was my understanding, well, two things. One, periodically we have over the last few weeks been getting some folks sending in their insurance information. So they're updating it on their own. But I'd say, probably around the first of the year is what I'm going to guess. We'll maybe sooner. We'll send out, by email, post it, I guess, on our website, and send it out by mail as well. A request that everybody update their insurance information. So we'll restart the process.
I know there's some consternation from some members, but our DCCRs could not be clearer that we're required to request insurance from each boat that's involved. And I think that we could also, when we go into executive session, that we can talk about that more with the chains and electric policy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. Any board members have any issues that they want to bring up before we close out adjourn the meeting and move to member comments?
Nope.
Going once, going twice. Okay, I moved that we adjourn the meeting. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, our meeting is adjourned. We have 3 members that are attending. If anyone would like to,
Who are the 3 members?
we have Donato, we have Mr. Springston, and we have
Okay.
Derek Whitmarsh.
Okay.
If any one of those three would like to say anything, or ask any questions, raise your hand. Okay, Donato, please feel free.
Just, because Kurt brought up the boardwalk. We did a lot of work on our side of the boardwalk and the deck too, I don't know if you've noticed that, so there have been a lot of boards lately,
Yes,
Yeah,
the
it's-
boardwalk is definitely looking very good,
yeah.
especially compared to how it was.
And we actually hired out on this one. We got a really good guy. If you guys need somebody.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's hard to find good guys that do that work, They
This
wanna
this
show
guy
up,
really
but
did a
not
nice
work hard.
job for
Yeah.
us.
Good,
So.
good.
And he had great music playing too.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. He's actually the owner of the company, so he's a real fun guy, actually.
Okay, anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Okay, we are going to adjourn into executive session, so I'd ask that